Hello. So let's do some movement, about 25 minutes of it, indeed, for the benefit of the Trevor Project and bringing awareness to being inclusive. And so let's do what I believe to be the most inclusive thing, besides breath work, which is everybody can do that unless you're no longer breathing. But the other thing I offer is Qigong. So let's do some Qigong. Coming into your space, here's my space and my place. I think y'all can see me. I figure my head isn't as important as my arms and my lower body here. So in Qigong, we just want to be loose. Just come into your body, come into your space. What I'm doing right now is just kind of feeling the qi, the energy around me. So that's the essence here. This is just balancing the qi. So I'm coming into my breath, kind of coming into my awareness, softening my knees. I like to move my hands this way. Another one, regulating the breath. You can kind of float up in front of you if side to side doesn't feel good. Maybe a front to back motion feels better for you. So just regulate, balance, come into your breath. Okay. It's later on in the day, and I'm assuming that if you're watching this, it's later on in the day. So with that taken into consideration, I'm going to assume your body's pretty warm. You might be holding some tension and some other stuff in the shoulders and in the neck, and just the stress and the yuck of the day that we pick up. So let's address a little bit of that. All right? So just again, coming in, try to find a nice smooth motion in your legs, a softness. You can also be doing this in your chair. Just try to find a length. Don't be slumping down. Bring some awareness to your place if you are sitting. And let's just begin with some arm rotations, literally as simple as that. Let's just take one of those arms, lift it up. Watch yourself as you look up and reach up, extending the palm, and watching your hand as you open up. Other side. Reach up, look up, flip the palm, send it back, and then here we are again. Do that again. Do everything pretty much 3 times. Most of the times that I'll be instructing or doing stuff, I'm going to say 3 times. So let's go ahead and do that. Find some length. Open up the chest and the shoulders. Add a little bit of relaxation there. All right, last time here. Look up, reach up, open up. Let's do that other side. Trailing your hand, watching as you're going. All right, let's do some chest opening. Take your arms. Actually, let's do some shaking. Shake it out. This is a fun one. I always love this. And start, kind of noodle your arms out. So start up at the shoulder, shake it out. Literally called shaking like jelly. So shake it. When you get down to your hand and your wrist, give it a little flick. Go over to the other side. Shake it out. Shake it up. Loosen it up. Loose shoulder, loose elbow. Shake, shake, shake. Get on down. Give me a little flick. Flick it out. Do a little bit in the legs. You can shake it. Maybe you're up here. Kind of imagine you're like flicking it off the leg too. What we do on one side, we do on the other side. So add that shaking and all of that. Shake it out, flick it out. All right. Let's add a rotation to our hips, and then we'll come back to our chest. So since we're nice and loose here, let's loosen it up a little bit more. Begin to give yourself a nice rotation, wherever you're at today. So find this rotation in your back, going around. We'll follow that same format, just going 3 times. Okay. So once we get back around, one more time, because that's 2. Then we'll go back the other way. And you'll notice your body totally favors one side over the other. That's totally normal. So if it feels weird going the other way, that's okay. That's what our bodies do. We get used to operating in a certain way. So we get to bring balance back to our body in this awareness practice of Qigong. All right, we're coming back around, slowing down. Come on back to stance. Do a little bit more of that Qi balance. Warming up just a little bit, you might feel that. All right, let's bring these hands, next time we come up, bring those hands up to the shoulders, little light fist, okay? We're gonna do kind of like a, if you're familiar with yoga, this is kind of like a cat-cow, I guess. I'm not really sure how to describe that. I'll go this way so you can kind of see my back too. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to bring our elbows forward and together. So come in, arching the back, and then open up all the way. There we go. Open it up. And then come on back. See how this is very similar to that cat-cow movement? But it's not. And I'll move this way too. I'm drawing a blank right now currently on this one. I think it's literally called like open the chest. And in different practices, there's just so many different names. So you'll hear stuff. It's the motion. Find that motion in your body one more time. And then come on back, shake it out, roll it out. It should be nice and open and loose in the chest and the neck and all of this area. Let's add in a little bit of this pushing the weight. So we're going to add some movement in here. I've instructed this before. If you're familiar, go ahead and take that. Come into that back stance. And then begin to push. And your weight shifts. So we're having the shift both in our lower area in our feet and our legs. We're coming back and we're leaning forward, and we're also doing the same thing with our arms. So we're pushing the wave, pulling that energy back. So push it out, whatever that looks like for your day today, whatever that is coming up. And then inhale, breathe it in, bring it back, bring all that goodness in. Find this really slow movement. Qigong it's all about like slowing down, really being soft with yourself. So just slow it down a little bit more if you can. We'll go a couple more times, intentionally trying to slow down and be a little bit slower. Okay. Breathing all of that back in, all of that wonderfulness. Come on back. Maybe you're regulating this way. I'm just going to kind of regulate, add a little bit. Oh, feels good. All right, let's do that other side. Feels good to me. I don't know how this is feeling in your body, but I'm feeling pretty darn good. All right, remember, we're going to come into that back stance, and then we find that movement, and then bring those arms in. Begin to find that push-pull in your body, that sensation that's occurring here. As you're breathing, you're finding balance and movement all at the same time. All right, slow it down. Go slower. Let's really slow it down. Going even slower, intentionally trying to really captivate this moment and this image of the wave. How is your body and your breath? The wave. Let's go a couple more times. Slow as you can, really just, slow it out. Slow it down, push it out, pull it back. One more time. Last beautiful wave that you've got. And bring it on back, come on back. Come on back to that regulating of the breath or balancing the chi. Okay. From here, let's go into another one that's going to use that same pushing motion, but we're going to come down a little bit. So come into that horse stance. So you are a little lower on your knees. If that's not comfortable for you, you can absolutely sit, okay? So we're gonna take our arms and our hands, and this is bear pushing a wall. So let's scoop that energy up, and then we're gonna twist and push this way. So my feet are still planted, and I'm pushing a little farther on this outside arm, right? Than I have to in order to push that wall. And then we're gonna come back to that chi, and then push the other way. Notice this beautiful back bend that we're creating in our body. Okay, so coming back, maybe you want to scoop up some more of that. Come up a little bit, twist and push, right? I'm feeling this all throughout the body a lot more. This is a little bit more of that workout element. We're not trying to work out, but we are trying to stretch out, you know, kind of energetically and through movement, pushing all of whatever is pent up, stuck up, kind of clogged, right? You really start to feel, I'm scooping up. You can join me in that. Come on over. Let's go one more time. Extend. Really, I'm holding up that wall this time. Come back. I'm really going to gather it up. I'm getting everything I got here. Sending that last one. Pushing on over. Reaching and extending. There we go. Let's come on back. Oh, that felt good. Felt good to me. I hope it feels good to you too. All right, come back to the breath. Come back to that place. All right. I'm going to do a little bit more with these legs. Okay. Let's come up, but just come on up onto the toes and then fall down. And come on up, and then just shake it out. And we'll do that a couple more times. And we're going to do some other little foot exercises. I'm a very, very light-skinned person with some very light-skinned carpets, or light shade carpets. So let's see if you can see my feet here. I'm not even sure if you can see them. All right, so I'll instruct the best I can. If you need to see them, that's fine. Let's take a little step back. There's my feet. I don't know. All right, let's go left to right. So we're just going to lean one side, and then we're going to lean to the other side, and we're opening up. So one side is the outside of the foot, the other side is the arch. All right, opening up. You're going to feel that all the way. You're going to feel it definitely in your ankles. There's all of these, just hundreds of little micro bones. I don't know if it's hundreds, okay? I haven't studied anatomy that much, but there's a bunch of bones, okay, in your feet. And then, you know, it's activating all of that and everything that holds that together. So now we're gonna go outside and then inside, okay? So you noticed I opened up my legs a little bit, so do that too. Or maybe you don't need to, but I do. So now I'm gonna go outside. Now I'm definitely feeling that, right? And then come inside. So you're going to feel all of these also, not only in the feet and the ankles, but all the way up the legs, knees, hips. Interesting, we start adding this little subtle movement, and boy, do we feel it in all different places in the body. So you don't have to do a lot, but if you just do a little bit, like a lot of the time, you'll have this amazing connection and flexibility that begins to develop. All right, come on back. Now let's do some rolling. You just literally roll it out. That was a lot of work. That was hard. That was hard on our feet. That was hard on our ankles. Okay, we give them a little bit of extra love here. They work really hard getting us from one place to the other. Literally taking the burden of everything that we're doing all day long. So love them up a little bit. Love them up a little bit. All right. Coming in, let's do a little bit more of those back bends and stretches. If this is uncomfortable for you, due to the level of your comfort, I have a back injury, and so sometimes I really I do have to be aware of that. And so work to what feels good to you. So you're just going to come up and down a little bit first, right? Let's just warm it up. All right. And the same thing can be applied to the knees. So if this is too much on the knees, do what works for you. If that doesn't work, sit down.
Yeah, there's no rule that says that you have to be standing here or doing it like me. You do what works for your body. That's what I love about Qigong. Let's add a little bit of movement here. We're going to come into this coiling python. So bring one shoulder down. I'm going for the left first. I'm kind of pushing on my knee as well, opening up. And then now I'm going to look up over my right, extending that stretch. And then come on back. Add a little love back to those legs again. Maybe you give yourself a little massage. And then come over the other way. Now I'm like dipping down with my right shoulder. And then I'm going to look up and extend that stretch. Keep breathing. Come on back. Love on those legs a little bit. We didn't forget about the arms. Come on up. Come up to that neutral stance. So the difference between the neutral stance and the horse stance is one is kind of like hips down a little wider than hip distance, knees are soft. And then horse stance is another step out and then a little bit down, almost like a, not quite a squat, but kinda. It's a horse stance. So just kind of explaining those differences if I didn't catch you up on that already. Find that place, regulate the breath. Let's go into swimming dragon. Okay. This is a fun one with the arms. Let's just sit on down, sink on down just a little bit. Bring those arms to come together, hands come together. Okay. And then we're going to start swimming our dragon. So begin pushing. The top hand pushes down. You're opening up the wrist here. And then you begin to curve and swim. And then rotate the other way, creating this beautiful figure eight. We're going to go down first if you can. So come on down. The amazing thing about the dragon in the Chinese culture is that it is compatible both in water and in flight. So how cool is that? So come on down. We're going down into the water. Then we're going to come up. Come on back. Find your way. Working up, opening those knees, hips, legs, all the way up. I'm going to go all the way up. I'm going to disappear on the screen. But when I do, I'm going to lift all the way up. Up, 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 up. Up onto the toes. And then come on down, right down into heart center. Felt pretty good, didn't it? I like that one. All right, I hope you enjoyed it too. Okay, let's do some more. Come on back. Now we're going to do, again, I'm missing my name on this one. Pushing mountain. So push the mountain. Let's do it. This can have, for those of you that have ever done any karate or anything like that, you're going to start feeling like, oh, I want to punch some stuff. So if that's you today and you need to like get it out, you can. It's okay. Nobody's watching you. You're in the privacy of your own home. So we're going to bring our hands in. There's a beautiful softness to this. So this isn't like a punching thing. We're not doing like Tai Chi here, okay? We're doing Qigong. The same kind of, it's in the same realm. You'll notice that as well. So we're going to bring our hands here. We're going to push the mountain. So I'm going to send my right arm. I'm pushing like I'm creating a mountain. Pushing it out. Then I'm going to scoop it back. Bring it back. See the softness in the wrist. Pushing the other way. And then pulling it back. So do this, find this beautiful flow with your breath. Have an out breath and then an in breath. And I'm swirling my wrist and I'm allowing my shoulders to be gentle, pushing, swirling, pulling back. A few more times. Just create that mountainscape. Bring it back. Push that mountain. Get anything out. Swirl it back. Bring it back. Come on, relax those shoulders. Relax the wrist. Slow it down. I'm going to go intentionally slower, okay? Maybe these are just some little hills, valleys. Maybe you're not going all the way. Okay, slow it down. Push it out. Let it go. Swirl it. Bring it back. Slow it down. Slower. Come slower. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to intentionally slow down. For me it is. Maybe this is easy for you. Slow is, I'm just a fast person. I'm just quick, naturally. Alright, I'm going to come a couple of times just straight forward. I need some big mountains here. I'm cool with that. Slowing it down, slower, slower. Come on back. Alright, bring the softness. Come back up on your legs. Little bit here. Let's slow down just a little bit. This is normally a warm-up move, but I feel like we've done a lot of back work, so let's relax the back just a little bit and all of those back bends. Let's come into either swinging the pendulum or knocking on the door of life, whichever one feels good for you. The difference is one, you touch your body, the other one you don't. Kind of lift up on the knees. I still have a lot of energy, so I'm going into swinging the pendulum. And I'm coming up on either side, kind of whooshing all of whatever's left here in me. I gotta whoosh it out, is how I teach it to the littles. They like that. I bet you do too. You can even come up a little bit. You feel like coming up and just activating a little bit further. Come up and tap the shoulders as you're finding this spin. Begin knocking on the lower dantian. Slowing down just a little bit. Swirling. Bringing calmness to the feet. Planting the feet. And now I'm really knocking here on either side. Just knocking, knocking, knocking. And then we'll kind of slow down. Slow it down. That intentional slowing down, right? Okay, friends. Let's regulate the breath. I'm coming up in the front a little bit. Kind of sitting down and settling, inhaling, lifting and rising up a little bit. Almost like I'm being controlled by like a puppeteer. You know, my hands just softly come down, float back up. We'll do a little bit of chi tapping. We'll end with that. So let's come into just a little bit of tapping. So come on back to your neutral state. You just want to be really comfortable in this. I'm going to begin by just taking the fingers, start right here, right in the middle of the collarbone. Tap it, activate, release. And we're going to go down to the left. We'll go down the outside and then the inside. Alright, so come on down. I'm sorry, down the inside, then the outside. I said that backwards. Come on down. Down the inside. Tap, 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 tap. All the way down. Tap, tap, tap. Down to the wrist. Come on over to those fingertips and begin like tapping, smacking, kind of whatever feels good for your body. Work your way on up, all the way on through. I'm still tapping. Are you? Come on down. Right on the inside, activating, loosening up that back side of the arm and the shoulder. We're going to come down right through the middle. When we get to the hips, make a little fist with your hands. Activate those hips a little bit. Back and forth, back and forth. Then we're going to open the palms and go down the back of the legs. So bring those palms all the way open. Go back behind those glutes. All the way back down the back of those legs. Tapping, smacking all the way down. Bend the knees as much as is necessary to make it all the way down. Come on down to those feet. Don't forget the toes. Get those ankles and then come on up the inside. We're going to do that same thing when we get back to the hips. So when you make your way to the hips, you're going to bring them up to that little fist. Tap, tap, tap. Come on up right through the middle. We're going to do that again. Tapping. Come on over, come on down, come right down through the inside, tap, 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 all the way down, loosen it up, let anything go, get it out, activate all of those energy centers all throughout the body and just the central nervous system. This is just a great way to get in tune with being present. So whether you're into the whole Dantian thing or not, there's a scientific aspect of it, just activating the blood and your veins and your blood flow, and just the healing power of touch alone. I could just talk. I love all this stuff. I'm sorry. Tap, tap, tap. Come on back down. I just love all this stuff. Come back to those hips. Tap it out. Tap, tap, tap. We're doing those fists again, and then we're going down the legs. Open the hands. Come on back. Smack it out. Tap it out. Whatever that feels like for you today. Bend it down. Come on down. Tap, tap, tap. Get the toes and the ankle. Coming back on up through the midline. We're slowing down. Bring those fists in. Come on up. I'm gonna come up through the up to the face. I don't think you can really see me. I don't think backing up is gonna help. And if I come forward, I'm gonna have to come on my knees. Anyways, come on up to the face. Bring a softness to your hands. We're going to begin just by opening your brow. So just bring your 2 fingers right in between over your brow, and just rub your brow. Open it up. Come on down over to the side, over to the temples. Give yourself a little tap with 2 or 3 fingers. Tap it out for a couple seconds here, right on the temples. And then come down underneath, gently tapping, tap, 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 right underneath the eyes. Tapping underneath the eyes. We're coming towards the nose here, friends. When we get to the nose, go ahead and just draw your fingers right down the nose. Whoop, and around the mouth. Relax the jaw. Relax the jaw. Take those hands, run them up towards your ear, and just bring it down the jaw, softening. And take those fingers and rub them right down your throat a couple times. We're going to pet the throat. Give it a little pet. Speaking our truth, having that moment. In truth, in this moment, I have children that are running about on the other side of this room. So thank you for your patience with that. All right, friends, coming back into your breath. How does your base feel? A little bit more relaxed? Where's that stress level at? A little bit more relaxed? Come on back into that breath. Come back into balancing the chi. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're regulating the breath. That's that one where you're in front, almost like the puppeteer. Just wherever you're at. Where is your chi? How are your knees? Don't lock your knees. I caught myself there. Relax. I'm going to scoop up some of this beautiful energy. Okay. So take a nice big inhale. Gather it up. Gather it around. Bring it right on down to your center area. Hold your hands. Breathe in that beautiful, rejuvenated blood flow, energy, calm state of presence. A couple more inhales and exhales, coming back to your breath. If you can, try to make the exhale twice as long as the inhale, or just longer, whatever that is. Bringing awareness back to the breath, back to the state of the body and its ability to heal. Bring those hands on back over to your kidneys. Come on back. Give yourself a little rub. Right on here. All right. Come on back. Rub these, the adrenals and the kidneys. Add some of that energy. Rub it out just a minute. Add yourself a little bit of extra love. And then we'll bring our hands on up to the heart. Breathing in some gratitude for this time together and your practice and however you showed up for yourself and however your body showed up for you. All right, friends, we will see you tomorrow at some time. I'm not sure when, for our 25 minutes. Ciao.